This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to a Monday stream, which has kind of become a regular thing now. Well, Monday or Sunday. How are we all doing this week? I'm back as late to the beer party, as I always am here. And, yes, what a Monday. It is Monday today. Sometimes don't you wish you could just fly off somewhere and just fuck off and never come back? Be nice. But we're all tied to the modern day slavery, so to get away from that, let's just play some more Control and see what more mind fuckery we can find in this absolutely batshit crazy game. I mean, this definitely has to be one of the most loony games I've ever played that is so serious as well, and it works. I've played like insane games before, but quite often they're just completely so batshit crazy you can't take them seriously. But this, but where were we? Okay, right, we have a dark place which has no description. So investigate the sector elevator. So yeah, last week we did more side stuff, but then we also did the going after the slide projector, which we believe is the trigger for all of this shit. Because I think Dylan said that all those years ago when they were playing with the slide projector, that nearly triggered what is happening now. So in some ways it's good it didn't happen then, because all of this happening within the containment of the FBC central headquarters at least means it's contained. If it had happened out back in Ordinary, who knows what the fuck would have happened. We're also slowly discovering what actually happened there. And one thing I hadn't realised earlier on was the fact that all the adults vanished and only the children were found. And of them there are only I think 17 survivors that were found. I don't know whether that includes Jesse or not. But one thing we did discover that was interesting was the fact that Dylan was P6, so not participant, but prospective, I think, or prospective director, number 6. Jesse was number 7, and even had the line from her, all those times I felt like I was being watched. I was being watched. They followed her entire life. So my theory is that both of them were picked up at Ordinary, but Jesse was allowed to escape while Dylan was taken back to the facility. The idea being, treat them differently. Dylan, they tried to train up to become a director, and it didn't go well. He kind of resisted and rejected all of it and fought back. And unfortunately, there was the incident with Richards, which kind of suggested that something was forced through his entire body. I mean, reading the description of it was pretty horrific. Yeah, there's no way that would get through YouTube's content policies. You'd instantly be demonetized for reading it out loud, which I did, but then again, my channel's completely unmonetized at the moment anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yes, the next part of the actual story is going for the slide projector again, because we found out after going all the way through where it was supposed to be that Dr. Darling had actually moved it into the dimensional research section. But before we do that, we're going to do a dark place. I'm not even going to bother with the jukebox now. I've tried it twice, and both times I've had my ass whooped. And I don't see myself getting much more powerful. So yeah, not trying that. So dark place, the sector elevator. Now, I believe, yes. So something's going on with this thing.
Darkness engulfed the elevator.
Ooh.
There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark.
Oh.
Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh?
Is this the Alan
check
Wake
this
DLC? Because I know I've got it. The fact we just saw Alan Wake properly this time So the investigations sector. So we haven't been here yet. That's a new area. Ooh. See, I think this is the DLC. Ooh. Colours feel a little different. The only things I can see are the things being highlighted by my launch ability. Oh. Whole new map. That's not a small map either.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not.
Ooh, lots of things to find and pick up. Okay. Darling investigation. Okay. Official findings report. Read Dr. Casper Darling, internal confidential summary. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation D-084-5 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of anonymous something, so witnesses or informants, regarding inhumane treatment of a something currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inclusive. Inhumane treatment of a something. And that's not a short word either. What could that be? I mean, it could be a reference to Dylan. Because we know the way they treated Dylan wasn't exactly great. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of something sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such thing contained here. Entity? One something confirmed the thing's codename to be redacted, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the something research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. Now that's interesting because the thing that was being kept here was clearly not human. It's a non-human paranatural entity. So that means something was kept, if effectively imprisoned here. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into something research.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Okay, to Mr. Dennis. R. Dennis from D. Gleason. Not sure if I recognise that. A request came in recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, the IIEA, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. Inappropriate. What do they mean by that? But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Ooh. Okay, that confirms it for me. This is the Alan Wake DLC for this game. There's a whole section of the facility. Right, okay. Missing agents. So data 2017. So if I'm right in reading this, this is 2 or 3 years before when Control is taking place. So I think this is either 2019 or 2020 this is taking place. I think it might be 2019. Anyway, Mr. Kirkland. Here are latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead, from the containment breach yesterday. Breach? Agent Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Caroline Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, Agent Derek Shaw. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to the families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Ooh. So there was an incident in 2017 where 6 individuals lost their lives and a whole lot of records were destroyed. That sounds like cover-up to me. Ew. I can barely see what's going on in here. Oh. Oh, right. The last 3 pickouts for Dr. Langston. I'll read those in a moment. Okay. The tractor. Borrowed tractor altered item. No, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Okay, so this is a tractor that belonged to William Burrow. Why do I feel like I've heard that name? William Burrow, male Caucasian, 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Ew. That sounds messy. Autopsy finding: blunt force injuries, head, lacerations, left ear and cheek, blunt force injuries, extremities, dislocation right knee, complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus. The humerus is one of the leg parts, isn't it? Excessive trauma abdominal region, complete avulsion of multiple organs including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys and portions of the large and small intestines, all missing from the scene. Conclusion: this is my opinion that Mr. Burrow's death is not the result of a mechanical accident as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. I can't remember if he was a character in Alan Wake. I don't recall someone being killed quite like that. Right, let's have a quick read of these ones. Right, the rubber duck. Containment procedure. Direct contact with the item is not permitted. Safety gloves are required when handling. Item is a yellow rubber duck bath toy from the 1950s. A single hole at the bottom allows air and water to flow in and out. The item makes a sound analogous to quacking. Or analogous, not sure on the pronunciation there. The item travels considerable distances with surprising speed. How it achieves this motion is unknown. The item forms a something of unknown purpose with anyone who makes direct physical contact with it and begins to follow them, quacking often. This has led to a researcher named something entering cardiac arrest, though due to the individual's health issues the matter may not be connected with the item's effect. I think it might just be the whole thing of a rubber duck just constantly following you and quacking every now and then. That's going to cause you some stress. The pink flamingo. No unique procedure required. Altered status is suspected but not verified. I'm pretty certain it's verified now after seeing what that thing did. A plastic pink flamingo lawn ornament. 2 steel prongs extend from its underside. The item is suspected to influence atmospheric physics, altering meteorological phenomena in the area. This effect is currently unconfirmed. New altered status has been observed. Yes, and the mannequin. No known procedures for preventing the item's effect. Ooh. Update. 390. Does that mean March 1990? Could be, because the acquisition date was in December 67. Lining the item's cell with the newly discovered black rock has yielded positive results. Test with other altered items. Okay, so that must have been the early time when they discovered or started using black rock. Okay. A wire and fabric of waste mannequin. The base and head are made of stained wood. The item duplicates. The trigger for this behaviour is unknown. No correlation can be found in either the number of duplications that manifest during an episode or the duration for which they last before disappearing. Yeah, that one was trippy. I can barely see a lot of this stuff. There's a fair few things to interact with. Staffing issue. Okay. Mr. Dennis. So yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. I wouldn't call that a tiny little detail unless he's being sarcastic. If you expect us to detect, investigate and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. Simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Ooh. Things were not going well. It's interesting he mentions the Hartman incident. I feel almost like I should know what that is. I'm not going to use that just yet. I want to see what this is. Resignation letter. Oh, William Kirkland at the bottom. Something of something 2019. So that's not that long ago. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's redacted safety. That's the only thing I can think of at the moment. That's too short. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our something, who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the something loose inside. Oh dear. That's what we're going after. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The something has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. Now that's brutal. That really is quite brutal. That's where it's pointing me to go. But I don't want to go through there just yet. So I want to have a look at what else is around here. Because there's always stuff hidden in these games. Like here! Cauldron Lake update. Ooh. No date on this one. Alan Wake was set in 2010. I believe. Right. To Chief Investigator Dennis. It happened again. Third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our something. Agents, department. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough, but why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a Bureau Tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on something lake? Surely that would say Cauldron Lake on something lake if they won't let me see any data. Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this something hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon tracks. Agent Estevez. Yeah. Hello, camera. Hello, room full of lots of things to read. Bloody hell, I'm going to be spending quite a while reading this stuff. Right, Director Investigation. Official findings report re-redacted. Compiled by Redacted by order of William Kirkland. Ooh. Per authorization from William Kirkland, something was launched into the something of Director Zachariah Trench. Ooh. A recent change in something witnessed in Director Trench, including aggressive behaviour when confronted with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable something, or interactions I guess, between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous staff. Oh, we saw before there was an indication that Trench and Darling did not get on. There was a rift between the two of them. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments centre around the Dimensional Research Wing and the slide projector kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's hostility as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behaviour is not indicative of any abuse and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Sounds to me that somebody was out to try and discredit Trench. Underhill background. Oh, Underhill's the woman who's looking into the mould. The kind of odd woman. Summary. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to paracriminal organisations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behaviour has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Mr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. Oh, conflict of interest. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mould threshold issue. This is mostly side stuff, but it's quite enlightening. Weapon armour damage. Ooh. Of others. Accuracy, not worried about that one or that one, but increased damage against enemy armor. Ooh, I think I'm going to put that in there. So I've got Pierce to do 74% extra damage against armor, because at the moment my damage against armor is pretty low. I don't know if that stacks with those, but hopefully I'll do more. Should mean I'll be doing more damage against enemies that have armor if I get to any tonight. Trench official warning. Oh, Kirkland, I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You're a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. Oh, you are both failures plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Oh, bloody hell. I mean, on one hand, it's admirable he's standing up for things, but secondly, he's a bastard. Oh. So that kind of indicates the rift between... Yes, it is fascinating reading some of these things, because a lot of it is just in things going on, and sometimes there's little references to things. Like this one here. Where was it? The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures plotting against me. So, P6, Dylan, the failure of him to become the next director. I think Trench wanted out. He wanted to not be director anymore, and he wanted Dylan to take his place. But then Dylan failed and Trench had to remain as director. Then the whole thing with the hiss happened, and that's when he took his own life. Because he couldn't see an out. He couldn't see a way of dealing with it. Ooh, yes, not very pleasant at all. Right, there's one other little place I want to go through. Can I get through here? Put these down. So I can get through here. Keystone inspection. Ooh. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE. Like you asked, I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Grumman Morales desertion issue. Ooh. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams, like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. That seems to be a running theme. Reminds me of the Ordinary case. But that was just the adults, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. Not necessarily. I mean, it's not impossible for people with the knowledge to trigger these things willfully, whether they know what they're doing or not. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings, 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off and maybe get the comms guys working on a cover story. I'm trying to think, have I seen 2 interlocking circles, but that's got a line between? Don't think any of these look like that. More to find. Tractor procedures. Oh, this is the Burrow tractor from William Burrow. Item is not in Bureau custody. Unknown. Not quite sure what that means. Description. A Frank Elk tractor. Olive green. Dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion, considered highly aggressive and dangerous. I just remembered something. There was that tractor boss fight in Alan Wake. Maybe that's where I'm remembering it from, William Burroughs. He may have been one of the people that we had to deal with. Ooh, that would certainly fit. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burroughs, owner of Burrough Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrows beneath his tractor. Okay, so it's not the same one as the Alan Wake one. Police arrived but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrows only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrows earlier the night of the accident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Ooh. I wonder if that's going to make itself... Ooh, and I've just noticed that. Actually, I can grab it from here. Do that in a no. Ethics investigation. Prime candidate program. Ooh. We know the prime candidate program wasn't exactly humane, considering how they treated Dylan. I've said that already. Yes, and you've already read the whole thing. I've barely even seen a word on it. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation P-142-9 was launched into the legality of the prime candidate program, something, by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic something and something. Oh, I don't want to even consider what those words are. Something were brought into the oldest house and placed under something examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. Whoa. The way that's worded, something were, as in there's more than one. Candidates? Ooh. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the tragic something of paranaturally inclined something. The traumatic deaths of paranaturally inclined individuals. Not only is this in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human decency or humanity. Human humanity wouldn't make sense. Human rights, although that wouldn't fit in there. This investigation team unequivocally condemn the Prime Candidate program and recommends that it be cancelled, ceased immediately. Oh, Kirkland really was gunning for things. Oh, I didn't realise you could do that to zoom in. That does make it more readable on the No, I'm not going to activate that. Right.
Now that gate should open.
Ah, okay. I'm just glad I pulled that across. Oh. Specimen escape assessment. Let's oh. They're all counting as red, aren't they? I need to find it again. It was specimen escape assessment. Right, okay. Just brought it up full screen. Okay, official findings report. The purpose of internal investigation that is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI-1 that resulted in the deaths of 6 agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the something of something, the specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive behaviour. I'm not sure why they'd redact aggressive or why they'd redact behaviour and not aggressive. I mean, that's about the only word I can think of. They might as well have redacted both. Cross-referencing that date with various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. 1, the air filters were changed. And 2, an hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice Wake entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. See interview. Ooh. Although that's too wide a word to fit Wake in. Given their connection to the same AWE case, it is likely that Mrs. Something's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and to the Something investigations ongoing. Ooh. Okay. Control point.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
Yeah, that much is pretty obvious. Blessed Organization. There we go. Compiled by Tim Spolder by order of Remy Dennis, Chief Investigator. Okay. Paracriminal Profile, the Blessed Organization. That doesn't sound good, does it? This group / individual has operated outside the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as was the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. Oh great, so we've got drug dealers getting their stuff from these other places. Oh. 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. The name Bless. In 81, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed Organization. That there's not a lot to that. Okay, so off to the hotel.
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet.
The diver, you look different.
That was just a role, a character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a
No.
filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. We're working on this together, remember?
No, that's Scratches.
Artistic collaboration. You need a drink. Yippish.
Nothing in his hand.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
We're very close now. You've been writing. You found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Riding?
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen it.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
Ooh.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here? And Thomas Zane was with him.
I don't think that was Thomas Zane.
Poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
Okay. Something else in here. Normally there's something else to interact with. Ah! Well, that didn't change anything. Okay. Let's start again, I think. Yeah. If I turn this one off first. Ah.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came, a resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Okay. Okay. I don't think I've got enough, you know, let's give it a try. Actually, I do. What's on this side? Aha! Oh dear. That's nasty. And the fact there's dragging from here, that suggests somebody survived for a short time. Right, okay. So we've made our way
Creepy,
in.
damp, and abandoned.
Oh,
Why
that's...
did Wake want me to come here?
Nothing in here. Why does this feel like... This literally feels like exactly the same from the other side. Objects are moving all on their own. Launch ground? I don't think I'm going to be using ground impact at all. I'm not sure why I'm keeping a lot of the other things, but it's almost like it's duplicating
That
things.
doesn't look like a house shift. I
No.
even want to know.
Shaded facet. Ooh. Okay, so it's only 1 point. And let's have a quick look at the construct. Yeah, I'm just missing the amount of source for that one. Shifting fragments, I haven't got any of those. Although shaded facet, that's the first one of those I've picked up there. House memories, I need some of. Haven't even done any of these. So that's... No, that's just the door. I thought I saw another circle interaction, but it's just the one I'd already been to.
The hisser already. Whoa. Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
Yes. Right, let's have a quick wander around here, see what we can find. Book gossip. Hello. My feet gossip at night, and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. Someone's not getting the best night's sleep by the look of it, clearly. Nothing in here. Nope, nothing. Oh, that abandoned offices. Okay. What's this thing left here? Hartman arrest. Offender name, Emil Hartman. Victim name, Alan Wake, Paul Anderson, and Odin Anderson, and one other. Lane Rudolph, or Rudolph Lane, Wendy DeSalle, Thomas Emerson, and someone else. So 2 names redacted from there. Thomas Zane could be one of them. Who could the other one be? Officer name, Dennis, Special Agent Ramey. Okay. Charges, kidnapping of altered individuals, 1 count. Sanctions against altered organisations, 1 count. Obstruction of Bureau investigation, 1 count. Breaching the Ash Act, 6 counts. That's the second time the Ash count has been mentioned, and I don't know what the Ash Act is. Hopefully we'll find something. Additional notes. Offender's property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with an ongoing AWE investigation. Offender's personal effects have been sent to research for analysis. After being cleared by Bureau researchers, all victims have been released. Biannual surveillance orders were assigned to each, exception the Anderson brothers due to senility, and Wake possibly deceased. Okay. So Alice Wake is not one of the ones mentioned, because otherwise it would have specifically said Alan Wake. But yeah, he was clearly into some bad stuff, and that goes beyond just what we saw in Alan Wake. Oh, it's not going to let me in. Not going to let me in there. Okay, unless. Hidden space discovered. Another shaded facet. Ooh, that means I can craft one of those really interesting high-level random item thinking. Let's go have a look. I haven't. Mods. So I've got that or that. Personal mod or a weapon mod. Level 5. Ooh. I've only got enough to do one. It's a random weapon mod. I think a random personal mod would be better because I'm more likely to be able to use it. Energy boost plus 15%. Ooh, and I can do another one with some other items I have. So it is completely random. Take another one. Seize speed. Neither of which I'm likely to use. Oh! Oh, I should have held on to that shaded facet because I would have been able to create Surge. Hopefully I'll get some more of them. Right, so those mods I just picked up. I mean, to be honest, they're not ones I'm going to use, unfortunately. Because I'd much rather keep the health bonuses and also the launch efficiency. But yeah, it's one of the drawbacks of getting randomized objects or randomized items. So, what is down here?
This darkness is blocking the door. Now I have to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows.
Right. Now what's interesting is looking at the map, it looks like this is the right way to go. Well, there's an item here, so that kind of indicates that this is a dead end. Yep, can't go any further. So I find a shaded asset. So let's go and make that other gun that I have access to now. Surge. Surge fires adhesive munitions that detonate when manually triggered or if their timer expires. Ew. So there's no upgrades for it at the moment. So let's just have a quick look at... Do I have anything? Shooter dodge efficiency. Okay. Blast radius plus 50%. Ooh. 59%. 57%. Have to be that. Oh yeah, I've got charge as well. So let's give this thing a go. Not bad. Not going to be great for range, however. And I'm so used to using Pierce, I'm going to stick with that. But I have a funny feeling I might be required to use it. I have a powerful light source at it to destroy it. I don't have a powerful light source.
Burns it away, huh? Makes sense.
Yeah, that's clearly a reference to the good old Mr. Wake. What have we got in here aside from frame rate drops? Consecutive kill boosts. Ooh, that's a powerful one. Just curious whether destroying all of the ones in an area will do anything. Doesn't look like it does anything. Yeah. This does not feel like an approved route to get into the facility. Oh dear. We've got to deal with Hartman. I've got 2 points. Anything I can spend the 2 points on? Oh, yes. Levitate, unlock. Then 3, then 3. Okay, so 6 more points and I've got those maxed. Right, I'm going to need that in a moment. Yeah. That's where I just came through. Oh, Operations Center. Here we go.
The third thing. The sound made darker, the darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched, like a worm through time. The third thing was a monster. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden.
I'm not sure how much of this can actually be seen on the stream because it's pretty dark for me. So let's. Hehe. Yeah, I think it's deliberately dark because this is Alan Wake. Okay, some things to interact with and read. The Shadow. Examination of paranatural entities, compiled by Ezra Cruz. Paranatural entity A-010, aka the Shadow, is an aggressive something consisting of three known types. A, localized manifestation of sentient something capable of occupying organic and inorganic material as well as exerting something over its surroundings. Okay. Shaded individuals. Human bodies controlled by the Shadow or infested. These individuals become notably more aggressive but do seem to retain remnants of their previous selves. Research is ongoing as to whether this condition is reversible. Those are the shadow people that we were dealing with in Alan Wake. C. Shaded objects, similar to B, except that inanimate objects are something solely to be used as destructive tools. Each type seems to work towards a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals. See AWE 35, possibly the Cauldron Lake incident, which may imply a shared link to a hive. No, hive isn't long enough to go in there. Something intelligence. Yeah. Or a hive mind intelligence. The threat this entity poses warrants immediate exploration of offensive/defensive measures. The investigation sector is being outfitted with additional lighting sources, some internally powered, to prepare for the eventuality of an... oh dear. That's not good at all. Oh, we've got a recording.
My understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection, even weaponry against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With Wake now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds.
So that must have been recorded during the Alan Wake incident when they captured him. Eagle Limited Summary. Okay. A train derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries was suspected to have been the work of a paracriminal group known as Redacted. As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether the AWE was spontaneous or the direct result of the sabotage. This was in 2015. The Bureau had been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency processes underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigations of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited an altered state when entered. This individual car was secured and transported to the investigation sector for further studies. I'm going to have to deal with that train car, aren't I? Right, so I need to find... Ooh, got some friends. Why do I get the feeling there's still one left? Yes, I was right. Airborne Hiss Rangers. Great. As was said in a terrible film, they fly now. Okay, clear that one. NASA Cooperation Review. Ooh. Following the NASA FBC Coordination Agreement of 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including the black rock lining now found in all spacefaring vessels. In return, all data gathered during space missions is made available for Bureau researchers to analyse. Recently, certain individuals have raised a concern that this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau, either intellectually or financially. A thorough examination of the costs accrued by both organisations has shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of the Something far outweighs any spending related to the processing and delivery of black rock. From its medium Earth orbit, the Something will provide the Bureau with an unparalleled resource of remotely monitoring and photographing AWE sites, a resource that would be lost if the partnership ends. So when was this? It's the opinion of the committee that maintaining a cooperative relationship with our colleagues at NASA is of vital importance. There's no date for when this happened. So yeah, it was after the 1972 agreement, but it doesn't say when this report was put together. Black market. Illegal altered item market. Because of course there is. Oh, a black market hub specialising in the trade of occult talismans, relics and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well genuine altered and paranatural materials, was raided in something, Czech Republic, by a team of special investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants. Oh dear. The following interrogations revealed that not only is there a vast network of these retailers, but that they seem to be gathering information on altered items and other paranatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. The Bureau's concern here is threefold. A, there is a growing underground market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among a niche group of the general public. Yes, criminal groups, the rich, the amoral. B, these criminal individuals do not seem aware of the item's paranatural powers, and their attempts to activate them could prove devastating if done in populated areas. Yeah, they're mucking in things that they don't fully understand, but they want to understand and they want to control it. C, the motivations of these collectors are largely unknown. Yes, that's usually the problem. C's efficiency. Ballistic ground slam boost. Here? Interrogation complaint from Agent Hewitt to Kirkland. Okay, so you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was fucking hired to do. My job. Want to know what I call that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate these scum without using words like altered items or AWEs or paracriminal is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. And I've heard some fucking stupid things. They already know the facts. They know just as much as us, if not more. And they get to sit there laughing at us while we dance around our words, trying not to leak classified terminology. They already know the fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people, all to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back in that interrogation cell so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. You can go ahead and put me on suspension, see how that slows me down. Ooh. Yes, not... Not the best attitude to have in a working environment. Okay, so I've already been up here because this is where we came down from, but now it's got that there. I'd like to find another power source so I can drop it on that. I don't want to take the one that's currently powering this whole area. And I did spot there was an item or something down here. Oh yeah, recording.
Agent Fisher, day 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the lobby area. Tripwire triggering a flash camera across the main entrance. Even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are varying at best. But mostly just inconclusive and unusable. The footage is corrupted. Sometimes even the equipment is damaged. I don't know how exactly. I think this place is making fun of me. That's the only explanation. I can hear them laughing and screaming behind the closed doors. I can hear the call bell go and ding multiple times a day, but when I look, there's no one there. I know I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything. They're messing with me, whoever they are. I think... Wait, shh. There's something. I gotta get this. Gotta get the cable out. Come on, you fiber optic fuck, cooperate. Okay, there we go. All right, that was faint, but I definitely heard movement coming from the hallway. I think I might have finally caught one. Ha! The recording better work this time, or I swear to God I'll... What? Hello? Who's there? Oh, shit. I'm with the FBC. Move away from the door. I have a... Where's my...
Oh dear. Still playing. There may have been more on that, but I don't particularly want to sit around and wait to hear all of it. Okay. Oh, another recording.
Reminder, all employees are required to report their hours at the end of each month. The Federal Bureau of Control maintains that time is not subjective, and hours passed on alternative planes cannot be claimed. Astral dives do not accumulate overtime compensation. Thank you for your attention.
Okay. Anything else in here? Got two doors, one there and one there. That one leads to the control point, and this one just the propulsion, but with a hidden item. Shield kills reload. Oh. Didn't know shield had a kill ability. Oh, more side missions from
Darkness everywhere. The air, the plants in here have died standing up.
Okay, another fine mess. Well, I'm gonna carry on going through here for the moment. Eliminate the darkness, eradicate the mold. Actually, where is that pointing to?
Ah, more plants. Alright, let's go make some new friends.
Yeah, I'm going to be finishing up soon as well, so won't be long myself, but yes, I shall come and find you later. Thank you for being around. I'm going to stick with the main plot. It's really weird additional things, and not ones that I particularly want to use. So, and that one's 18, 17. So I'll get rid of the 16 one. I've already got that one up there. Hold on to the rest. Right, so.
I don't feel right. Something in this darkness is draining me.
Ooh, that's not good. Eh. Okay. Right, I have a feeling this is not going to have power. Oh no, it does have power.
Shit.
Oh dear.
Now what? What is that?
Come, my hungry darkness.
Come on, elevator, time to go.
Dr. Real
Hartman was desperate.
Like light. I use it.
whole bunch of them. Where are the... Okay, Night Springs screenplay. Ooh. No, the screenplay was found after the Bureau acquired the Night Springs television series and all its past episode scripts. It appears to be written by Alan Wake as a part of an application to become one of the show's writers. Ooh. Over the Threshold Darkly, host VO. It is only human nature to wish to control the forces around us, and even more so to possess them. But what happens when those forces are not ours to claim, or even of this world? What if they are the things you can discover in Night Springs? Okay. Interior, I'm guessing, secret lab, night. We're in a secret lab. The large sign on the wall reads, The Federal Bureau of Night Springs. Scientists, I've told you several times, Director, it isn't ready. Director, it's ready when I say it's ready, Doctor. Scientists. But being beyond the portal, I have no control over it. Okay. Oh, that literally is just this room. Okay. Where are... Yeah, the PowerPoints. Vending machine procedures. Okay, another altered item. Containment procedure, none known. Testing in the investigation sector is currently ongoing. A vending machine is front covered in a faux wood panel, coin operated, buttons for selecting food products. The item generates and stores a variety of material, both edible and otherwise, in its rows of internal trays. Initial testing suggests the item reacts to the mind of the individual in closest proximity and will produce whatever they subconsciously desire. Attempts to cause the item to create a living creature have consistently failed. Background: the item was discovered in a nursing home in somewhere Alberta after a resident named Muriel something called a local news agent about a magic vending machine. The news story reported that the nursing home staff were purposefully stocking the machine with distinctive food items as a way to raise residents' spirits. The Bureau response team encouraged this story while confiscating the item. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's one. Okay. There's one all the way over there. It's taking me a while to find all of these. Hartman background. Dr. Emil Hartman is an academic psychotherapist that owned and operated a recovery center in Bright Falls, Washington, focused on the treatment of artists struggling with creative blocks and other mental disorders. Publicly, Dr. Hartman's treatment center seemed unremarkable in its methods and purpose. Privately, however, Dr. Hartman was abusing his patients in order to utilize any latent paranatural abilities they may possess with the aim of shaping reality to his own benefit, which has earned him a Class 2 paracriminal designation. Note, for more on the link between artists and their ability to something mix or twist reality through artistic mediums, see file something. Investigation has proven that Dr. Hartman's illegal endeavours were conducted alone after being approached by the Bureau during the something investigation, Bright Falls investigation, or the Alan Wake investigation. He displayed no remorse or intention to cease his actions. Dr. Hartman was taken into custody, evaluated, and released something months later. Having been deemed a negligible threat, his medical license has been permanently revoked. Okay, where's the rest? Right, I don't know how many more there are. No. Nothing in here. Right, so where? No, that just leads back down again. So where are the others?
Hartman was...
Ooh.
Yeah, how do you like that?
Door appearance. I'll be finishing up soon. Just once I've cleared this area, I'm going to go back to the control point and finish up. Details. An excursion into the Ocean View Motel and Casino discovered a previously unseen door in the lobby hallway. This door featured a spiral-shaped marking designated door something. Similar to the other doors, it is locked and cannot be forced open. Alice Wake, a person of interest in the Bright Falls AWE, referred to AWE 35 for details, and the former wife of missing author Alan Wake, a suspected para-utilitarian and paracriminal, contacted agents Shah and Dempsey of the investigation sector using the phone number given to her in 2010 in accordance with civilian outreach protocols. The call resulted in Mrs. Wake being brought to the oldest house for an in-person interview for full transcript referred to file something. On something 2017, the excursion into the Ocean View Motel occurred later the same day. Conclusion. Determining whether this was a basic synchronicity event, if Alice Wake is responsible for its appearance, or if the door itself relates to the Bright Falls incident, is paramount. She should be returned to the oldest house, possibly even taken into the motel itself to confirm if any changes occur. Ooh.
Brian Hennerman, 21 years old, resident of Southern Texas.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I really don't understand why I'm here.
You know what you did, Mr. Hennerman.
I do?
Tell me about Delivery Disaster.
The movie? I mean, it wasn't very good.
That's not what your review said, but we'll come back to that. Tell me where you got the movie from.
Movie night with a, a K, not an N, not night like nighttime, but...
Who contacted you? Who told you to review that film?
No one. I just did it because it looked obscure. I didn't even like the movie. I shouldn't have given such a high score, but reviewing obscure films makes you look smart. And I thought if I looked smart, I would get listeners. My podcast would take off, and I could live out my parents' basement, and maybe even go to college and get a film review like I've always wanted to. I swear. I swear, I swear, I swear.
Okay, the kid doesn't know shit. I'm ending the session.
Delivery disaster. That's got to be connected somehow. Right, what else can be found in here before we go? And I've just remembered there was one that I wanted to make use of. I want to go and do that right now. I was expecting some hiss to appear here. Oh, I just noticed my health. So I knew I was going to find more of these. Okay. Sorry about that. Right, let's find some more health pickups just to make up the difference. Right, gonna have one final rush around here just to see if there's anything that I didn't notice when I was running around trying to deal with that creature. And that creature being what's left of Emil Hartman. Or what happened to him.
Arcade machines. Shim.
Oh.
Whatever.
I'm going to leave those for Friday to have a look at. I think I found mostly everything. Back up there. Oh well. Right, let's head back to the control point, because that'll be the respawn point when I come back. Let's have a quick look at these. Right, that I'm just missing the the source material, and these again missing items, and I'm not even going to bother with the jukebox. Right, so yes, it's been a short one. I like to keep them short on Sunday and Monday because I always have work the next day, which is never that much fun, as we all know. Work is rarely fun. So yes, I shall be finishing up. So thank you to everyone who has been by. It's been a bit of a quiet one today, but that's kind of to be expected at the moment. Yeah, links below and everything for you to take a look at. Let's see if there is anyone worth raiding. Ooh. You know what? Let's have a quick look at a couple of people to see how they're doing. I've just switched over so that oh great, it's going to be ads all the time, isn't it? With everybody. Yeah, you know what? Let's raid Villainy again. Currently playing Helheim Hassel, part of a backlog series that she's currently working through. Yes, so I think that pretty much finishes everything up for tonight's stream. I will be back on Friday, 7 PM GMT. It's going to be a longer one. I'll go through till about 10 o'clock or nearly. And the VOD for this will be up on Thursday, as long as I remember to get it sorted by then. I should do. But yeah, again, thank you to everyone who has been by. If you haven't already, give me a follow on Twitch or a subscribe on YouTube if you would like to have a look at my the back catalogue of all the games I've streamed previously and some other silly little things that I've done as well. Still getting a tickly cough after the flu I had about a month ago. Mad to think it was a month ago. I've had coughs that last like 6 weeks after the main thing is done. I think there was a cold I had some years ago. It lasted like 2 or 3 days, and then I had a cough for like 6 weeks after. So, and there's also this 100-day cough that's been going around recently. I've heard about, which is not fun. But yes, we are going to raid Villainy VS to just pay her a bit of heckling time. So if you would like to join me, stick around. Otherwise, as I say, I'll be back on Friday from 7 PM. So have a good week, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.